Welcome back. It's 10 minutes after 8 o'clock, and boy, I tell you what, we got the Veterans Day coming up, celebration, observance next week, and boy, a lot of folks are going to be off and wanting to do some things, and our travel guru, let me tell you what, Tamela, this is a special day, and people like to do special things, and the national parks are a great idea, aren't they?
They are, and they're free.
And they're free on Veterans Day. Tell us more about that.
Well, it's interesting. When you think of national parks, you do think of parks like the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Yes, absolutely.
But the park system administers a lot of other properties besides national parks. So the closest to us is Kings Mountain National Military Park.
Yes.
Just over the South Carolina line. So you've got, you've got the Blue Ridge Parkway administered by the Park Service. You've got National Seashores, which there's one in North Carolina, a national seashore. All kinds of properties, over 400 units is what they're called, that are administered by the Park Service. So, to celebrate, I know.
It's overwhelming.
It's kind of mind-boggling.
It is.
I once interviewed the director of Hyde Park, which is administered by the National Park Service. Of course, it's where President FDR was born, and that's where his presidential library is. And I love what he said. He said, the National Park System is the only federal agency whose job is making Americans happy.
I can see that. I can see how that could be said there. But the parks nearby here, tell us a little bit more. We've got some other parks, too, that are really nice. And what is it that you recommend folks do when they go to these parks?
Right. Well, some of them will have programs. So I did look, and Kings Mountain is having 2 programs. There's a house called Hauser House, built in 1803. Now, most of what's there at Kings Mountain commemorates the American Revolution. And they have a nice interpretive center there. But Hauser House is only open twice a year, and this is one of the times. It was built in 1803, and it commemorates life right after the Revolutionary War. So that will be open. And then there's also going to be a backcountry encampment where you can, see how people, soldiers camped, and the crafts and all of that. It'll all be right there starting this weekend. They're doing it over a weekend.
Wow.
And then, of course, you can go on Veterans Day as well. But Hauser House would be very interesting to see there.
And the really good idea about this is a day trip. I mean, this isn't very far at all. 45 minutes to get to this park that is really a treasure.
A treasure.
It's a wonderful, and it was so critical in the evolution of the United States and our freedoms that we enjoy today.
Exactly.
Wow.
Another one very close by is in Greensboro, Guilford Courthouse.
Yes.
That's another property perfect for commemorating Veterans Day, administered by the National Park Service. Also a very decisive battle in the Revolution.
Tamela Rich, there's so many good things here. You can find her Tamela.Rich at TamelaRich.com. And anybody who is interested in traveling, this is the young lady to see about it. Tamela, thank you so much for being here. Always good to see you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It's 13 minutes after 8 o'clock.